Hey everybody, Yankee here. Today I was originally going to do a video on the status of the assault weapons ban in Illinois, but I found that while I was researching it, it was making me kind of sad. And I didn't want to be sad today, so I decided today I'm just going to do things that make me happy. So first I sat down and drew a goofy little turtle that I'll probably turn into a shirt to benefit the Fur Friends Animal Rescue fundraiser that we got going on right now. In fact, if you haven't donated yet, why haven't you? There's only a couple of days left. We're a little bit behind this year. So if you want to go over and donate, there's a link in the upper corner of this video. You can click it, go over and donate. Or you can buy some merch over there to support them. Either way, go donate if you can, because this saves the lives of animals in need. This isn't for me. I don't get a penny of this. I'm just doing the work to try to raise the money. And if that offends you, if someone like, oh, he's begging for money, if that offends you that I'm trying to get you to give to an animal rescue, well, then you should probably leave my channel. But as I said, I sat down and drew this goofy little turtle that I'll probably make into a shirt. And then I decided I was going to research what were the top selling handguns of 2023. And I found multiple lists. And I went through them, went through the numbers, and kind of compiled them to see which ones were the most accurate. And I found the results to be kind of surprising. So I thought I'd present them to you today and let you see if there's anything on there that surprises you. And do we think that there's any trends that are really showing on this list right now? So let's get started with the list, and let's start with the number 5 selling handgun of 2023. And this did surprise me. This is one of the surprises. It was the Beretta 92 series guns. Now, I think everyone knows I've loved Beretta 92s forever. 92s, 96s. They're my favorite gun, my favorite semi-automatic gun. So no surprise that I would like it, but I'm surprised that other people are catching on to this gun again. It used to be extremely popular, then it kind of faded away in the age of polymer guns. But now, thanks to people like Langdon Tactical and Wilson Combat, it's really had a resurgence. And with Beretta offering so many different models and variations now, it's really become popular again. I've always loved this gun, and I've always hated when the tacti-tards come on and go, when I was in Special Forces, this was the worst gun ever. We threw them away and got blah, 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 blah. And to those people, I'm like, you were obviously never in Special Forces if you were even in the military, because you'd know that the guns were great. The only thing wrong was the magazines the military special ordered that Beretta told them wouldn't work. If you got your own magazine, they were great guns. And everybody knew anything about guns got their own magazines. I know I did. So I've always loved this gun. I'm really surprised to see it come back to the point where it's on the top 5 selling guns, handguns of 2023, but it definitely deserves to be there. The Beretta 92 specifically series guns. All right, let's move on to number 4. And number 4 was even more surprising than number 5. I was shocked to see a revolver on the list. And it's the Colt Python. Now, they didn't specify what barrel length, so I think they're counting pretty much all the barrel length, which could be considered a little unfair, but I'll take it to get a revolver on the list. Now, revolver sales are usually figured separately from handgun sales, other semi-automatic handguns, but the Colt was so high up on the list of revolver sales this year and did so well that it pushed into the top 5 of the regular handguns. And it's number 4. And it deserves it. It's a great gun, regardless of what some big Neanderthal-looking gun people on YouTube say, because they don't know how to shoot revolvers. Even though there was nothing wrong with the revolver, I saw the revolver afterwards, and I actually recreated what they were doing wrong with other guns. It definitely deserves to be on there no matter what people want to say. I hate when I see these online rags going, this YouTuber found these guns to be very unreliable, and this was the problem. That's bullshit. Bullshit. They're very good revolvers. Not quite as good as the Smith & Wesson 686, but still very, very nice. And the Smith & Wesson 686 was the second best-selling revolver, by the way. But like I said, just seeing a Colt Python on the list of top-selling handguns was pretty amazing. I would rather it have been the 686, but I'll take this too, because I love these guns also. So that's number 4 on the list, and I was really surprised to see it, the Colt Python. All right, now to number 3, we get to where there's very few surprises now. Although it is kind of surprising that this is at number 3. It's the Glock 19. I'm surprised this gun isn't number 1 or number 2, because it's one of the most popular guns in the world. It's been a big selling gun forever, but it seems like its popularity has waned just a little bit. I don't know if it's because its popularity has waned or it's just because it's facing more competition nowadays, which is, I think, more likely. But the Glock 19 is one of the best 9mm combat ready, duty ready, self-defense ready guns you could possibly buy. So the fact that this gun is at number 3 on the list after it's been around for so long shows you it has staying power, shows you it's a great gun, that it deserves the good things people say about it. There's nothing wrong with a Glock. There's something wrong with the Glock tards that, you know, suck the dick of Glock constantly, or the barrel, I don't know how you put that. But the gun itself is great, and it's still great today just like it used to be, and that's why it's number 3 on the list. Now at number 2 on the list is also not surprising in itself, because this is a great selling gun and a great gun, and it's one of the guns responsible for pushing Glock out of the top spots. It's the Sig P320. Ever since the P320 came onto the market, they've really been stealing a lot of Glock's thunder, and they've been selling really well. So it's not surprising they're at number 2. You can get this gun in different configurations, different calibers even. You can buy different barrels for it. So this gun has got a little more versatility than the 19. You'd actually have to count all the other Glocks together before you would say that the P320 outsold all of them in all of its configurations. But in its basic 9mm configuration, the P320 is outselling the Glock 19, which is its direct competitor. So it deserves this position at number 2, even though I think it might be a little unfair. Because, like I said, Sig doesn't differentiate between barrel lengths, blah, blah, blah. It's still a P320. It's not a different model number like they are with Glocks, which is one of the reasons why I think Glock doesn't score as high. If you counted all the variations of Glocks that could be matched with the Sig, I don't think the Sig would be number 1. I think it would, or number 2. I think it'd be number 3, and the 19 would be number 2. But still, it's a really good gun. It's really taken off over the years. I've owned them. I own an AXG right now. They're just top-notch polymer guns. Not quite HK quality, but really good guns. But HKs are more for people that are, you know, have a refined palate for polymer, I guess. But like I said, number 2, not really a surprise in itself, but it does show a trend of Glock losing market shares. Even though I think, like I said, that might be a little bit more inflated than it actually is. It's number 2 gun right here, the number 2 gun right here, the Sig P320. Now, number 1 is a gun that shocked me. I didn't see this coming at all. Maybe some of you did, but because I don't like this type of gun at all, it didn't really, you know, hit my radar. It is the Sig P365. Yeah, that little thing. That's the number 1 selling gun of 2023 by a big margin. I never would have imagined this gun would be that popular. But that's just because I'm looking at it with my own preferences. If I looked at it as someone who, from the perspective of someone who just wanted a small gun that was still a competent caliber, easy to carry, easy to conceal, easy to shoot, the P365 fits all those categories. It's a great gun. It's just smaller than what I would want, less capable than what I would want. It's not the best overall gun by any means. It's a very limited gun in the scope of what it's good for. But what it's good for, like I said, carrying easily, concealing easily, those are what people are looking for, obviously, because the P365, by a big margin, was the number 1 selling gun of the year. So it definitely outsold the Glock guns that are similar. You know, the small, tiny Glocks, the Springfield Armory Hellcat beat the pants off that gun. So it came out with a lot of competition. A lot of guns came out with that type of gun a lot of manufacturers came out with that type of gun at the same time, but the P365 took off like a rocket. So I think it kind of shows, like I said, the same trend that Glock is losing a little bit of control of the market, but it also shows that a lot of people are moving towards easily carried, easily concealed guns. Less combat ready, less duty ready, just more basic everyday protection that you can carry with no hassle and you don't worry about other people seeing it. And I think that's the way the gun market's been going right now. Unfortunately, they're also following that with all going to 9mm because they're thinking, well, if they like those little guns in 9mm, they just need 9mm, which I disagree with completely. But like I said, at number 1, which to me was a big surprise, but probably doesn't surprise any of you all, is the Sig P365. So that's the list of the top 5 selling guns. What did you think? Did anything surprise you? Do you agree with this list? Do you think that something on there doesn't deserve to be on there? Do you think there's something else that deserves to be on there that maybe just missed it? Like the CZ75 or the CZ, I think it was the PO1, just barely missed the list. So, what do you think about this list? What are your thoughts of what the best guns are? And like I said, did anything surprise you?